Okay, we are recording. Okay, so like I said, I'm super excited to talk about this topic because I know it will help all of you and all of, myself included, like grow our business and attract the type of people that we want to work with. So before I get started, I want to put out a disclaimer and say that even though I'm sharing these best practices with you guys, like don't overthink your social media, right? Do what feels natural to you and what works for you. If something is working for you now, don't change it, okay? Just because I'm telling you to do this. But I promise if you implement some of these things that I tell you today, you're gonna see a positive shift in your social media engagement. So, guys, there are so many users on Facebook and Instagram right now that we have to find a way to stand out from the crowd, right? We have to find a way to connect with people that isn't just health and fitness, right? We have to give people a reason to come back to our page versus just like scrolling past it, right? Give them a reason to click. And when you just post a workout video or a picture of you drinking Energize and you don't give them any value with it, people are, they might engage with it in the beginning. Like if you're a newer coach and they're like, oh, Sheena's working out. Like, this is awesome. They might engage with it in the beginning, but over time, you're going to see a decline because although they're happy for you and they're glad that you're doing something good for yourself, it's not valuable to them, right? People come to social media to be empowered, educated, and entertained. And if you're not doing one of those three things in your posts, people don't really give a crap, right? Guys, I lost you. So did you guys hear everything that I said before I got kicked off? No? No. Somebody unmute and talk to me real quick. Kim, unmute.
You were talking about how we needed to stand out. We needed to find a way to get them back to our page, and then you were gone.
Okay, so hopefully I continue to stay here. I don't know why it kicked me off. This is bullcrap. Okay, so I was just saying people come to social media to be empowered, educated, and entertained. And if you're not doing one of those three things in your post, people really don't give a crap, right? So think about some accounts that you love to follow, some things, and think about why you like to follow those people. And how do they make you feel, and make a list of your favorite social media accounts and the reasons you follow them, and then think about how your account, like, would people think that about you? And it doesn't have to be exactly why you follow somebody, but how those people, like, how they interact in their posts, right? Are they engaging? Are you learning something from them? Are they teaching you something? Are they making you feel good? Those are the things that we want to do through our posts too, so we're not just seen as another ad in people's news feeds, right? We have plenty of that. We don't need any more of that. So a good way for you to gauge and see if you're reaching more people is to go back to like your last 10 posts and see who's liking them, right? Are there more people liking and commenting that aren't already on our team or customers of yours? And that will kind of tell you like who you're reaching, right? If it's the same like 25 people and they're all like legacy project members liking your post, you need to increase your engagement, right? You need to reach more people. And I'm going to kind of go into how you do that. I'm not going to go into how to add more people to your network and things like that. There's tons of trainings on that already. So if you need to be tagged in any of those, or want us to link you to any of those, please let us know. But I won't go into that today. I want to tell you how to like make your social media feed like a reality show of your life and not just an infomercial, right? We DVR most everything that we watch nowadays, or we watch it on demand. So we skip over commercials and infomercials. And Facebook is actually actively burying people that are being salesy or being spammy and things like that, right? They don't want to show that to people. They want people to stay on Facebook as long as they can, right? The longer that they can trap people in Facebook world, that's what they want. So if people are getting bored with your post and they're clicking off of Facebook, they're going to be like, I'm not showing that to anybody, right? So, and I think I see it often that people become coaches and they're super excited and they're fired up and they want to share with the world, and they immediately drop their former identity and only post about boot camps and coaching and posting pics and all their workouts and supplements and everything. And even though Beachbody is a part of your life and it's transformed you, it should not be what defines you, right? There are a million other Fitspurts out there on the internet that are posting workouts and all of that jazz, but you want people to follow you because of your ability to connect with them. And like I said, you know, the 3 E's: educate, empower, and entertain, right? And you may be thinking like, how am I supposed to teach people stuff? I'm not an expert. I don't know what to talk about. But go back to the things that you've overcome and succeeded at and tell people how to do it, right? And this doesn't have to be like have anything to do with health and fitness at all or your story. This is just sharing you with the world, giving people a window into your world. And there are so many things that we can share with people that have nothing to do with health and fitness, and they can help us relate to people. And then when you do talk about health and fitness, people are like, yeah, I want to do that with her. You know, I like her. She's cool. You know, that's what you want people to think about you. You want them to get to know you. And you're not going to do that if you're only posting boot camp invites and invites to the coaching and things like that. Okay. You know, I mean, if you're good at making Instapot meals, share that on your page, make one live, right? If you're organizing your pantry or your closet, share with people how you're doing it, what products you're using, you know, share and review your favorite non-Beachbody products. We use stuff every day that we love and we bought over and over and over again. So why aren't we telling people about it, right? Makeup, hair care, your favorite jeans. I mean, it can be anything. I mean, I did the anatomy of a cloth diaper one time and got like a ton of engagement on it. And I unboxed my dog's bark boxes on my Instagram stories and stuff, right? And people love that. People always comment. They always, you know, send me emojis and stuff like that. So I'm engaging with those people, right? Because it's not just all health and fitness. So if you want more engagement, you have to get creative to get people's attention. And to you want them to be inspired by you and to have them keep coming back and sharing your content with their friends and family. Like that is key. Think of, you know, your social media page is, like I said, your television channel, and you want to keep people tuning in, right? Like if people tuned into my Facebook page as much as I tuned into like Bravo to watch the Housewives, like I would be making $1 bajillion, you know, like let's be honest. So I promise if you are providing, you know, education and entertainment, people are going to, you know, tune into your channel. If you're not, they're going to change the channel. So if you listen to a podcast and you learn something valuable that you can bring to your audience, you know, people don't care where the information came from, right? They don't expect you to be a doctor, you know, or a psychiatrist. They just care that you're delivering the information to their news feeds daily, right? They may not follow the same things that you follow. They're not reading the same things that you're reading, but you're delivering them this message on a silver platter every single day. Like, look what I learned here. I wanted to teach it to you. So share as you learn and learn out loud. It's so valuable to people. And it's like, you know, it's cool because people are like, oh, wow, like, you know, she just taught me something and she just learned it too. Like it's empowering to them for them to see you learning as you go, right? Because they know they don't feel like you're like this elite expert, right? People don't want experts. So you want to teach and educate people on different things that will lead them to trust and love you, okay? This is perfect for live videos because one, it lets people know that you're human. And two, live videos on Facebook are being favored 3 to 5 times more than regular posts or posted videos, okay, guys? So you're going to get 3 to 5 times more engagement by going live on your Facebook page than doing anything else. So if you're not going live, as I know most of us are not, we're missing a huge opportunity to reach people, right? And it can be scary. And, you know, remember, people don't want the experts. Everyone has their own unique value to offer. But if you are offering the exact same thing as another coach, right, as far as like value, no one's going to find you, right? No one's going to be like, I would rather look at Kim's page than Rachel's page, right? If you guys are posting the same thing, you know, people are just going to kind of brush you off. You need people, and you're going to attract the people that you want to work with too by sharing you, because the people that you want to work with are more than likely going to be people like you, right? So if you're putting on this fake facade, you're going to attract a bunch of people that you're like, seriously, get out of my messenger. Like, I'm done talking to you. You know, like you want to attract people that you can jive with and get down with. So don't think that you don't have value to add, because I promise that you do. You just haven't dug deep enough to really find what it is about you that will inspire and educate and, you know, people will be interested in. And I promise you there's something, or you wouldn't be here, you know? Okay. Let me see. Oh, also, sometimes people look at you differently if they know you're associated with a company, or they'll have a preconceived notion about what your motives are before before they've really even gotten to know you if you don't offer them value, right? So especially as a newer coach, this is so important. When you come out of the gate and you're just posting invites on your page every single day and they're like, wait, what happened to the Kim that I used to know? Like now she's just like boot camp Kim. Like, you know, she used to be like funny and like do funny things and, you know, post pictures of her dog. And like now all she does is post pictures of her with like this legacy project logo. Like what in the freak is happening, you know? And that turns people off. So you want to make sure that you're giving them that value so that whenever you do a call to action or you do invite them to boot camp, it doesn't feel salesy or icky, right? Because you've given them a bunch of stuff for free. So you've earned the right to invite them to your boot camp, right? You've provided them with so much content and so much value that when you say, hey guys, you know, March 19th, like we're kicking off our next abs and booty camp, like, come on, what are you waiting for? It doesn't feel icky because they're like, oh, well, Kim jumps on here every day and adds value. Sorry, Kim, I keep using you because you're like right there in my face. Yeah, so it doesn't feel icky. So it makes it a little bit easier for you. And it makes it warms up your market, if that makes sense too. And it doesn't feel like you're just another Facebook ad trying to like push something on people. Like, you know, we've all seen like, you know, not to call any brands out by name, but like the skincare lines that just like post like their 7 different skincare regimens. And, you know, they're like, hey, buy this skincare and you're going to get this for free. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, ew, gross. Like that's like, it's just a bit, I might as well be reading a catalog. Like, I don't want to come to Facebook and see that like 100 different times. And I am friends with a lot of people that work for this one particular MLM and they all post the same thing, right? And I'm like, they just copied and pasted that from like their back office, right? And I never want anyone to feel like that about me, that I just copied and pasted something from my back office. Like I want them to know that I'm speaking from Sheena's brain, from Sheena's heart. And if I'm posting something, if I just copy and paste Kim's post, that's going to look gross too, right? They're going to be like, well, Kim sounded really genuine, but now I see the same thing on Sheena's page and like, doesn't feel so genuine, right? So making sure that you are being uniquely you, okay? Another good way to create engagement is to recognize people, right? The people, we have like 500 plus people in our community getting incredible results, doing amazing things, right? If you see somebody doing something awesome, call them out on your freaking page. If it's one of your challengers, recognize them. Be like, gosh, Cassandra is killing it, you know, in our abs and booty camp. She worked out 5 days this week. She showed up. She is pushing through obstacles that other people would have given up. Like, I just wanted to take some time and recognize her. And, you know, and people see that. People crave recognition, you guys. So they're going to want to be a part of that. So don't invite at the end of that. When you're recognizing, genuinely recognize, right? Because if you put still time to join at the end, that cheapens the recognition. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're just recognizing people, because people are seeing that. And people are like, well, I want to be a part of that, you know, and then they're going to be like, well, why didn't she invite me to be a part of this, right? And they're going to start reaching out to you, and you didn't even have to contact them, right? Because you have something that they want. People crave recognition. So that's all I'm going to say about educating people, because I have to get on to empowering and entertaining. But please, any questions you have, put them in the comments and I'll get to them at the end. I'll answer any questions. So next, entertain people. Like for myself, I like to see funny stuff on my news feed. So I try to share funny stories and like the blooper reel of my day. Like when things are going crazy, I'm like, well, this is a time to share. I need to let people know the human side of me, you know, and this is typically something that I'll do in my Instagram stories because it's super easy. It's super quick. People can watch it and laugh and be on about their day. So not every post has to be deep and thoughtful and sharing your story. I mean, those are great posts, but sometimes you just got to keep it light, you know, share the shenanigans that your kids get into, you know, and engage people by asking them like, what the hell would you do if your kids were doing this? Or, you know, do your kids do this crap too? You know, like just kind of make it funny for them. And by asking them a question, you're going to prompt engagement, right? And people are going to start responding, and you're going to start responding to them. And then the Facebook algorithm is going to go crazy and keep pushing your post up to the top of everybody's feeds. Okay. So those open-ended questions are super, super important. Like I remember Rachel posting a hilarious video of Caroline doing 80-day obsession. And it was so funny. Like Caroline was giving like, you know, her little feedback and everything. And I mean, she got so much engagement on that, you guys. And it was like 3 little clippets of like Caroline wearing a sports bra, like, yeah, I got my tummy, you know, and like that is funny to people. People love that stuff, you know. And Rachel didn't invite anybody on that. Rachel didn't talk about Beachbody or talk about anything. Like, she just posted something that was naturally happening in her house, and people freaking loved it. So like I said, you don't have to be a comedian, but just share the things that you're like, when you see something, like if your dog crapped in the back, you're like, dude, literally, like, I'm trying to get out of the door and the dog just like crapped in the laundry room, like, my life, you know. Like, people just enjoy like those little things, because like, that stuff happens to me too, you know. Like, I'm glad, like, Kim looks all perfect and put together on her news feed, but like, I'm watching her stories and like, her dog craps in the laundry room too, you know. Like, people can connect to that, and people can relate to that human side of you, and it's going to create that trust and love that's going to allow people to feel comfortable joining you when you invite them. So next, we're going to talk about empowering people, right? We do this all the time. I think this is one of our strong suits, is like, as a legacy project, is empowering people. So post a motivational video or quote, and like, or feel free, like your free PD. There's ways to do this that are going to engage people, that won't just get it scrolled by. So, you know, if you're going to post a quote, make sure you go into Canva and type it up and put the Legacy Project logo on it, so it looks like you put a little bit of effort in it, and kind of customize it to you. And, you know, if you're going to post quotes like that, make sure you use the same form every time. Like, you know, make it a uniform thing that you're going to post your quotes on, right? So that people see it and they know that, like, this is, you know, Rachel's like logo, you know, this is Rachel's quote form, right? And they're going to know that that's her when she's posting it, not just something you grabbed and slapped off the internet and put on your page, right? Also, when you post quotes and stuff like that, make sure that you are talking to people about why you're posting it. Like, how did this quote impact you? Like, what does it mean to you, right? Don't just post it and leave it up for their interpretation. Like, this quote really spoke to me today because I've been dealing with this and I overcame this, right? You have to add value to that quote, not just slap it on there, because they can go to Pinterest and find that, right? They need that human aspect and your perspective on that quote. And even better, you can just put a picture of yourself, write the quote in your caption, and then talk about what it means to you, right? So you can do that as well. And that's another way to share empowerment. And also, like I said, just going live on your Facebook page and talking about like how your week went and like what happened in your week and how you overcame it. You know, like, we had a busy week. The kids had soccer practice every single day, but you know what? Like, I still made myself a priority. I made myself have a self-care Sunday. I went and got a manicure. Like, you guys need to really, you know, prioritize yourself and just kind of, like I said, motivate them and let them know, like, you're human. You have all these obstacles too, but you're still managing to make yourself a priority. You're still managing to be a good wife, a good mom, stay in shape, you know, put your nutrition first and things like that. So people can see that, you know, other people are doing it too. And they may think that their problems are bad until they hear like, oh, well, crap, like, you know, Missy hasn't had power for 3 days and she, you know, she's still finding a way to do her workouts. You know, I guess, you know, the fact that I got home from work 30 minutes late is really not an excuse, you know, like, so that kind of stuff really touches people too. And in a world of like Trump memes and, you know, everybody fighting over gun control and all this stuff, like, if you're a light of positivity amongst all of that crap and chaos, like, people are going to stop and people are going to read what you have to say and people are going to tune in, right? That's the channel they want to be in. People don't want to turn into the Trump channel. People don't want to turn into the gun control channel. They want to tune into something that's going to make them feel good, make them laugh, teach them something, okay? And that's what we need to do more of, right? So you have to show people who you are and how you are unique, right? Attracting people to your page with value and education. And I promise that you're going to start seeing your engagement go up and your networks grow and you're going to make a bigger impact, because the reason you guys are coaches isn't to sell stuff, right? Like, nobody signed up here to be like, oh, I want to sell all the things. Like, I can't wait to push products on people. Like, that's not why we're here. That's not why any of you signed up, right? You guys are here because you've been inspired by your own journey or your coach, or you want to inspire others and you want to do something impactful and significant and something that it can create freedom in your own life and for your family. And I'm telling you now, if you do more of the things that we talked about just now, you know, your engagement is going to go up. But if you're doing more of the things that you didn't sign up to do, like being an infomercial in people's news feeds, you're going to start to feel icky about coaching. You know, you're not really being yourself, and you're not really showing people why you did this, right? You did this to make an impact. You know, you want to empower, educate, and entertain people. And so I challenge you to sit down this week and think about what it is that makes you unique. Like, what do you have to offer your audience, right? And it can be anything, you guys. There are people out there blowing up their social media feeds with like the most obscure niche things that people are like, dude, that is awesome. And they tune into it. Okay. So don't think like the fact that I make these, you know, like Play-Doh sculptures, like that's something that nobody would be interested in. People dig that kind of nerdy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel like anything that you do doesn't have value, because it does. So think about it, make your list. I'm going to encourage you to post your list on the page. I'm going to create a post. So I want you to think about them and post them on the page, and just take the ball and run with it, guys. Start adding value to people. So that's my spiel. What questions does anybody have, or what struggles does anybody have with this type of thing? Everybody's good? There's more of you on here than I thought.
I will say that, thanks, Gina, for leading the call, by the way. I will say that I have seen a big improvement in a lot of you guys' posts that are on here. So that's good. And I think it's really neat right now. If you guys, I don't know if you've searched the hashtag yet, The Legacy Project, on Facebook and Instagram, but it's pretty fun. And it's pretty, like, I had a good tear fest earlier looking through and reading them all. So if you ever question what we have going on here and whether or not you should be sharing it, just take a second and read through there and read the impact that you guys are having on the lives of other people and their families. So it's pretty powerful. But yeah, like, and I think that Sheena shared so much good stuff. Sheena's good at social media. And so really sharing all the different aspects, you know, of your life. And it doesn't all have to be the story, like Sheena said. It's definitely, you know, entertaining people, let people in on the other parts of your life too. And so I definitely go in spurts where I'm better at that than others. But today, you know, I like decided, like, you know what, I'm going to like share some just like stuff. Cause I had somebody message me on Instagram, said, I wish I had it all together like you. And I was like, oh God, like, honestly, I hate that. Like, I hate for somebody to say that to me, because I'm like, ooh, I'm not doing very good on social right now. Because the power's in the struggle, the power's in the chaos, the power's in the truth. So I went ahead and showed my disaster kitchen and things like that. And so don't be afraid to be real and do those things, because that is what attracts people to seeing you, despite your chaos, still moving forward in life, right? It's not that you're moving forward without the chaos or without the struggle. You're moving forward despite the chaos, despite the struggle. You're not getting stuck in that. So share that part too. That's okay. And a few of you guys that were telling me that you were struggling on your own health and fitness journey, or maybe you feel like right now, if you're in phase 2 of 80 Day, you're not where you want to be, or results aren't the same, or whatever. Again, remember, comparison's the big joy. Phase 2 of 80 Day Obsession, Autumn had a good video about it. You need to go in and check it out if you don't go in that group. Like, I don't go in that big group, but she has had a couple of good videos recently, so check them out. But no, it's part of the process. Embrace it. Embrace where you are. Talk about those mental things you're going back and forth with on social. You don't always have to have the most jaw-dropping transformation. Talk about how you feel fluffy, you know, and how you're not, you know, feeling that great, and how sometimes you question if your hard work's worth it. It's okay, you know. So share that. You know, Chastity's getting ready to have her wisdom teeth cut out, and she was pissed off about that today, because she's going to have to take a little side back on 80. That's okay. That's life, right? Like, that's the part that you have to share. Brooke's been doing good about it. She's been dealing with some anxiety and stuff for the week or so. She's been sharing that on social media. So don't be afraid to share the struggle. Natalie Davis does a good job of this too. Natalie's not afraid to share her struggle, and that's something good that Natalie is always good in the newsfeed with being open about that. And that's a growth for Natalie, because she wasn't always there. But I'm proud of you every time I see your post, Natalie. So Anybody? Yeah. So what you guys got? I don't even know how much time we have. I can't see. And it can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about social. None. Well, some highlights.
125 people this month, you guys. We hit 100
Yeah.
right at that on the very last day, and I know that with the momentum that we created last month, that there's no doubt with a few more days, especially in March, that we're going to be able to hit 125 people. So make sure as you're helping people, no matter what they get, it doesn't have to be a contract, it can be anything. Make sure you're ringing the bell on that post, and don't forget we have the Daily Sunshine promotion. So those of you with kiddos, really take advantage of that, because it's going to be awesome, and you're going to get Success Club points for HD orders of that. And for coaches and discount coaches, it's $74. That's like crazy, right? And then for everybody else, it's going to be $99. They get a $30 price break for March.
Yes. And yeah, the recognition boards and stuff from last month are insane, guys. Like, I can't wait to share with you guys. I'm just behind on getting them all together, but just brace yourselves, because our team freaking rocked out February. So you should be super proud of yourselves. And yeah, like, I have no doubt, like, honestly, when I put 100 people on there last month, I was like, let's see what we can do, people. I wasn't sure. And I just think that, like, shows the vision, shows putting it out there and manifesting what you put out there and pushing yourself to do it. So I was like, you know what? Like, we did 100, and I honestly think I'm pretty sure we did more. Pretty sure everyone didn't make that countdown. There was some people that forgot to drop it in. So actually the stats show that we did more than 100. So that's why I was like, 125, we can do the same. So get excited. For me, that's just so much fun to, like, just see how many lives that we are affecting. And vision is important. This is my vision board I've been working on back here behind me. So I have a vision for each of you. So make sure you have a vision for you. That's important, like, and make your vision a stretch. Make your goals a stretch for where you want to be in 2018. A stretch that's going to push you to get there, okay? All right, guys, I don't have anything else or anything. March 19th, Wave 3 80-day. The Daily Sunshine. Oh, Diamond Run. We are going to do one. I say we start March 19th, too, for the Diamond Run. And then we'll also set a date for, like, a next cutoff for when we're going to start another wave of challengers, whether we call it foundational, 80-day, whatever. So that'll help you guys push, okay? So I'll get together the guidelines and everything for that, how much it'll be to enter, what you'll have to push for. But I think that'll be fun. You should have fun with it. Let it push you to get there. And I don't know. I'm just the type I always like to have something to push for, something to go for. It just keeps me going, keeps the momentum going. Always like to have something that I'm pushing for. So let's see. Sound good? Anybody have anything? I'm trying to think.
I need a boomerang, right?
Oh yeah, I do too.
So if anybody wants to take a picture, now is the time for your social media. You got to share all these people in your social media. So it's not just you, this lonely, creepy coach, like, calling people to your boot camp, like, come join my boot camp. Like, there's all of us,
You're right.
All right, everybody do something awesome for your boomerang.
Love it. All right, guys. Love you guys. Let me know if you need anything. Some of you guys are in mentorship right now, but even if you're not in mentorship, no, you can reach out. And listen, some of you, I give you guys a little tough love in mentorship and back in the back scenes of Messenger, okay? So know when I give you tough love, it's because I love you, okay? But I want you to get unstuck. So I'm not going to let you think that it's okay to just kind of stay where you are, okay? So again, it comes with love. Don't ever think it's coming from a bad place. It's because I want to